Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 929. Yeah, I know, right? I just found out last night that the Raws of many other shonen manga just got released last night. And I'm like, oh, really? I was gonna read the Raw chapter and take a look, but going, no, I'm gonna wait until the translations come out, and the translations just came out this morning or something, or just many hours ago. I was dead asleep by then. So, yeah, this chapter right here looked really simple, although I had a big shock at one scene, and then another shock at another scene, which I will get into when I talk about this recap, and possibly another one after that. Yeah, I know. I know why I'm doing is saying it's very confusing, but I'll get to that just a moment. So if anything else, let's just get this recap started. We have to it that Frankie is looking for blueprints of Kaito's mansion whatsoever, and he's talking to the guy, Minatomo, which is the legendary leader of the legendary carpenters whatsoever, who built Kaito's mansion. Frankie's like, hey, I've been working for you. I've been working under you for a couple of weeks now. So do you have the blueprints to the mansion of Onigashima? He goes like, yeah, I pawned them 10 years ago. And Frankie gets so ticked off, he grabbed the boss, and everyone ends up attacking Frankie because of what he's done, and he blows them all to hell, and he goes like, okay, that's it, you're fired. And Frankie's like, okay then, I don't need you anyway. And then he went to one location to try and find the blueprints, right? But before he does that, he talks to Kanjuro, and he's like selling some fish whatsoever, which really looks strange, and it's all drawings, etc. Frankie tells Kanjuro that we got some bad news. That much I'll tell you. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Frankie goes to a pawn shop to look for the mansion's blueprints of Kaito, but apparently it's not there. He goes like, yeah, someone took it from me, And he ends up going to another man and says that this man, Kobe, had it. And then this old man, Kobe, says he gave it to Kisagawa, and that's about it. And then Kisagawa had it, but then she gave it to Tokijiro, and later on, like Tokijiro said, she sold it for a pretty penny. And then he goes to this location, and he said, oh, some guy stole him off me. He had his face hidden and everything, and etc. To make it in simple words, without making it more complicated than usual, Frankie has been looking for Kaito's mansion's blueprints, to find its weaknesses whatsoever. But apparently, due to complicated situations where it went to one person to another person, Frankie's been going person to person who had the blueprints until one guy says, oh, some guy stole it off me. I was like, his face was hidden, everything was hidden. And after that, Frankie tells Kinema what the hell happened, and Kinema's like, oh, you gotta be effing kidding me, And we see to it that, the Dog Duke, along with everyone else, actually stole some food and weapons from the factory against Kaito's lackeys or something. And we see to it that the Duke says, "Did you leave the card which says the head mountain bandits were here, Shutenmaru whatsoever?" And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if that would be a good idea, but he'll be ticked. Anyways, we go into one of country ruins of Kibi, and we see to it that Zoro is acquainted with a guy named Tonoyasu, or you could just call him Yasu, etc. That helped pay for Zoro's meals whatsoever, and they end up having a little small talk, and he even talks about how he went broke, and he gambled big, and you were winning so badly that the gamblers attacked you, etc., And things kind of got a little complicated there about Zoro, but we have to it that, that Yasu and Zoro ends up going to a leftovers town that's called the Hamlet whatsoever, but etc. Aside from that, we go into the flower capital of Orochi Castle, and this is what shocked me a lot. Is like Orochi is actually making deals with CP0. Yeah, CP0. If you guys know CP0, and to remind you, they work under the Celestial Dragons, the Tenryubito, the scummiest motherfuckers in the One Piece series. You know what I'm talking about. So we see to it that Orochi says, well, you buy weapons from pirates, you fight with pirates, you got a strange idea. Not to mention, your Joker guy, your Doflamingo, is now gone. And now that you've lost your screen to hide behind, you got no choice but to negotiate with me, Orochi. Which means you're panicking and that I can scalp you for all you're worth. With that being said, I got a a request. I want you to give me Dr. Vegapunk. And one of the CP0's like, hey man, are you crazy? We can't do that. And Orochi shot one of the guys and says, look, I'm not asking if it's possible or not. You see here, you know Celestial Dragons and the Marines? I don't give a about them. I'm not afraid of them. If you even band together, you will never topple this country. Because I have Kaito himself at my back, etc. And we all know Kaito, man. He freaking took full-on blows from Luffy, and Luffy got knocked out in one hit. So Kaito's no joke. The only ones who could face him head-on is possibly the Fleet Admiral or the other admirals, which I have yet to figure out how strong Admiral Ryukugu is. You know, Green Bull. But aside from that, we had to it that Orochi is actually having a celebration, which involved with a lot of food, which apparently most of them sucked. He says he likes mackerel, he likes the tuna, and sake is the brewer's best. And we see Nico Robin there, all the popular geishas, especially Komurasaki whatsoever, the woman who swindles money. And he's even very happy to see her and says, hey, look, next week is the Fire Festival. Let the opening battle begin. Enjoy. This is Wado Country. Don't confuse it for heaven. Eat and drink your heart out whatsoever. As for Kurozumi Orochi, his face and design, well, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, I'm deadly serious. Like, if anyone who ever read this chapter and saw Orochi's face, you will be a little like, okay. Even I felt the same. I'm like, and I here thought I was going to see something interesting. But no, another troll! I'm deadly serious. I mean, call me stupid or maniac for having my expectations high, but come on, man. I mean, just by the looks of it, he doesn't look that strong. And I know appearances can be very, very deceiving, okay? I know they can be deceiving, but hopefully we see him in combat very soon because I want to see how strong this guy is. I mean, for him to actually take over Wano Country with Kaito, you have to admit he has to be very strong. But aside from that, we see to it that we get to see like a couple of headliners, like the six strongest headliners, and two of them are Drake and Page. And apparently we see Page 1 and X Drake as one of the headliners, and we all know X Drake is working on the Kaito. It's already hinted at and shown in a side story before. And we see to it that X Drake and Hawkins have a little like duke out in terms of verbal argument, going like, what the hell are you doing here? And Hawkins like, I'm here to pursue a specific man. I thought you had a hunt that's more important than the mission you were on, Drake. And then, yeah. Apparently they are dinosaur users, which is to my shock. We get to know that Drake himself is a flying fighter, and he ate the dragon fruit ancient type model Allosaurus. As for another one, 100 Beats Pirates Flying Fighters Page 1, he ate the dragon fruit ancient type model Spinosaurus, which I go like, okay, wow, dinosaur buddies. Pretty interesting. Yeah, looking forward to that. Anyways, chapter looked really simple. If I had to put it in simple summary without a lot of detail, Frankie is looking for the blueprints for Kaito's mansion, but due to the fact that it got pawned and sold off person to person, and later on got stolen. And we see to it that the Dog Duke and the others stole some food and weapons and left a note saying the Head Mountain bandit pirates were here Shutamaru. As for Zoro, he ends up having to be acquainted with Tonoyasu or Yasu, some strange guy, etc. But it's whatever. And we see to it that CP0 is trying to make a deal or working with Orochi after what happened to Doflamingo. Blah, blah, blah. And we see to it, of course, Orochi's face, and he's having a party going like, hey man, enjoy this, let's have a lot of fun, etc. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, X Drake and the freaking flying fighters of the Beast Pirates shows up to go after someone, which they end up actually having some dinosaur powers, which apparently they're modeled after a dragon fruit, which I go like, wow, etc. So yeah, pretty simple chapter, nothing much happened, but you know, CP0 working with Orochi, that's really shocking. X Drake's new devil fruit, etc. Wow, well, I don't know. Aside from that, pretty exciting what to see. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!